The biggest threat to your financial future is probably not your job. It is not the economy. It is not inflation. It is not even your spending habits. It is the people sitting at your dinner table right now. And I know that is uncomfortable to hear, but stay with me, because this might be the most important financial conversation you ever have with yourself. Think about the last time you made a financial decision based on what someone else expected of you. You went to a restaurant you could not afford because everyone else was going. You bought a gift that stretched your budget because you did not want to look cheap. You lent money to a family member knowing deep down you would never see it again. You stayed in a job you hated because your family thought it was stable and respectable. Every single one of those decisions had a price tag. And that price tag was paid entirely by your financial future. The people around you are not trying to make you poor. Most of them love you deeply. But love and financial influence are two completely different things. And the people who love you the most can sometimes be the ones holding you back the most. There is a concept in behavioral economics called social proof. The idea that human beings look to the people around them to determine what is normal, acceptable behavior. And when it comes to money, the people around you are defining your normal whether you realize it or not. Their spending habits, their attitudes toward debt, their beliefs about what is possible financially. All of it is quietly shaping the way you think about and handle money every single day. The first way your circle is making you poor is through lifestyle matching. Human beings are social creatures. We are hardwired to fit in with our group. And one of the most powerful ways we fit in is by matching the lifestyle of the people around us. If your friends eat out 3 times a week, you eat out 3 times a week. If your family drives new cars, you feel pressure to drive a new car. If everyone in your circle takes expensive vacations, you find a way to take expensive vacations even if it means going into debt to do it. This is not weakness. This is biology. The need to belong is one of the most powerful human drives that exists. And it costs people an absolute fortune every single year. Studies suggest that one of the strongest predictors of a person's spending habits is the spending habits of their 5 closest friends. Not their income, not their education, their friends. You are financially averaging the people you spend the most time with. And if that average is working against you, it does not matter how hard you try individually. The social pull will always win. Now here is the one that hits closest to home for most people. The second way is through family financial guilt. This one is deeply emotional. And it is also incredibly common. When you start earning more than your family, guilt appears. When you start making different financial choices than your parents made, tension appears. When you say no to lending money to a sibling or cousin, shame appears. Family financial guilt is one of the most powerful and least talked about forces in personal finance. It keeps people giving money they do not have. It keeps people silent about their financial goals because they do not want to seem like they think they are better than everyone else. It keeps people playing small financially so the people they love do not feel uncomfortable. And here is the hard truth. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you drain your financial future trying to rescue everyone around you, you will eventually have nothing left to give anyone, including yourself. Setting financial boundaries with family is not selfish. It is the most responsible thing you can do, for them and for you. And the third one is the most subtle of all, because it does not feel like influence at all. The third way is through inherited money beliefs. Your parents gave you more than their genes. They gave you their entire belief system about money, what it means to have it, what it means to want it, whether people like you are supposed to have a lot of it or just enough to get by. And those beliefs were passed down to them from their parents, who got them from their parents, going back generations, which means the financial ceiling you are bumping up against right now might not even be yours. It might be a belief that was formed during your grandmother's generation, during a time of real scarcity, during a time when the world was completely different. But beliefs do not come with expiration dates. They just keep getting passed down until someone in the family decides to examine them. That someone can be you, not by rejecting your family, not by looking down on where you came from, but by consciously choosing which beliefs you carry forward and which ones you respectfully leave behind. Here is what I want you to take from this video. The people in your life are not your enemy, but their influence on your financial life is real. And ignoring that influence does not make it go away. It just makes it invisible. The most powerful thing you can do is become conscious of it. Notice when you are spending to fit in. Notice when guilt is making your financial decisions instead of logic. Notice which beliefs about money came from you, and which ones were handed to you. Because the moment you can see the influence, you can choose what to do with it. And choosing consciously is where real financial freedom actually begins. I want you to think honestly about this. Is there someone in your life right now whose financial influence is costing you? You do not have to name them. Just acknowledge it to yourself. And drop in the comments, has family or social pressure ever affected a financial decision you made? I promise you are not alone in this. Hit subscribe because next week we are going even deeper. We are talking about what your spending habits secretly reveal about your childhood. That one is going to surprise you. I will see you there.